the fight's going to be boring as hell. Because any fight he's in is boring as hell.
Shakur is a really good boxer.
He's a good boxer, but it's nothing that stands out to me. It's just, okay, you know how to move, blah, 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 but it's nothing like Tank or me or
like somebody got to stand out.
Like
like you're not just fighting
I
anybody.
see boxers all the time. I've been watching boxers my whole life. I know the ones that are different. He's not different. Shakur will do everything, not even to get like an ounce of hitting. Like he's scared to really lock in and get in there. Devin's not.
But Shakur, that guy will put anybody to sleep outside the ring, not inside the ring, because that's like he's the most boring fighter in the history of boxing. And they say whatever they want, they can hype him up and all that stuff, but I really feel bad for him because there's no way they could put him on pay-per-view. He can't sell a fight.
Boxing fans and analysts are buzzing over Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, with predictions flying on who will dominate. Many expect Shakur to lean on slick movement and masterful defense, while critics dismiss it as running and boring. Others argue it's next-level ring IQ, a chess match in the middle of the ring.
Think about the criticism that Shakur gets. Like, people say that he's
boring and all that.
he's not entertaining.
I mean, look, he's like an Andre Ward style. Andre Ward wasn't really that entertaining, but got the win. I mean, that's what boxing is all about. So I used to love watching Andre Ward fight because it was so punch perfect. I watched his footwork, how he moved to the right, to the left, and I trained with him as well, with Virgil. And I used to watch how he trained and how he fought, and I thought, how he puts his hands there and uses it as a defense, and then pulls your hands down and catches you over the top, and them little things. So this is a fight that people get, because you got two different styles. You got an offensive, defensive in Lopez, and you've got a defensive in Shakur.
As one of the most anticipated fights of 2026 approaches, the conversation isn't just about who will win. It's about how every second of the fight will unfold, and who can impose their will inside the squared circle.
To explosiveness, I would have to go with Teo. When it comes to actual rapid speed, I would have to go with Teo. But when it comes to body punching, when it comes to good timing, when it comes to craft, I would have to give all of that to Shakur Stevenson.
What do you think, Doug?
They're both boxers. I look at Stevenson as a versatile technician. I look at Teofimo. He's a boxer puncher, but his specialty is his counter punching. Mm-hmm. Listen, if Stevenson wants to be on his stick and move game, very difficult style matchup for Teofimo, and maybe not that entertaining to the fans.
Because Stevenson's longer.
Exactly.
Stevenson's defense probably the best in the game, and he's longer.
Great reflexes and timing, and so does Teo. That's why he's a great counterpuncher. Mm-hmm. But Teo's, he's a very special athlete, and as a competitor, he is one of those guys who saves his A game for a fellow elite opponent. That's when he really rises his game and shows us the Teofimo Lopez that everybody thought he was when he was a pro.
Shakur Stevenson, the undefeated WBC lightweight champion, is renowned for his defensive wizardry. His footwork, angles, and distance control make him a nightmare to hit. Critics may call it passive, but fans recognize precision, timing, and strategy at its finest. Every jab, feint, and pivot is calculated to create openings for fight-changing counters.
135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course, he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30, or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit.
Teofimo Lopez is the opposite, a powerhouse athlete, aggressive, relentless, and built to take fights. A former unified lightweight champion and now WBO super lightweight title holder, Lopez thrives on pressure, combinations, and the knockout punch. When he's on, he's a constant threat, forceful, fast, and unrelenting.
We haven't seen him around 140. We have seen Teofimo do good at 140, so it's a tricky one. I think it's a 50-50 chess game inside that ring.
If you had to give somebody 51, the other guy 49, like the smallest edge.
You're gonna put me in the spot, but only because I fought him before. I'll give him that 1% Shakur because I've fought him. I've never stepped in the ring with Teofimo. I've seen him fight, and I've seen him personally spar, and I've seen him. He's an amazing fighter, but I will only give him that 1 Shakur because I've stepped in the ring with.
Facing a master of movement like Stevenson, Lopez believes pressure and combo-heavy attacks can disrupt Shakur's rhythm and force the fight into chaos, a collision of styles fans can't wait to see.
Number one, in boxing, so to speak, he's coming for my crown at the, super lightweight division. And honestly, nevertheless, it's all about the fans.
Who has a better resume between you two guys, do you think?
Man, I'll tell you again, honestly, it doesn't matter until we hang up the gloves. I think that we still have such a long, depending how well we do with our health, we got a long career ahead of us, man. So this is just something for everybody for 2026. We started off with a bang, and we go from.
Meanwhile, boxing analyst Tim Bradley highlights that Shakur doesn't have to run to win. Using smart jabs and deceptive feints, Stevenson can throw Lopez off balance and dictate the fight without giving up ground.
Shakur ain't got to really move. Yeah, it sounds crazy. Shakur can actually walk to Teo. Yeah, he can walk to Teo. Yeah. Long as he walk behind with the jab, long as he walk behind with feints, because feints throw off Teo, jabs throw off Teo as well. He's a counterpuncher. Yeah, he's a counterpuncher. So if you can keep him off balance and keep him guessing, keeping that jab in his face, and you force him back, yeah, he moves his feet, but he makes a lot of mistakes. Gets himself out of position a lot of times. He's out of position a lot of the times, man. Brings those feet together at times. Oh, yeah. When he moves side to side, same thing. He responsibly defensively, nah. When he disengages, defense is whack. Trash. Yeah. When he resets, a lot of time he comes in the range, he's standing straight up. Come on, man. Shakur can take advantage of Teo not being that great on the inside, not being that great at mid-range.
Bradley adds that Lopez often resets poorly after missing, giving Shakur the perfect opportunity to read punches, counter, and impose his boxing IQ. This isn't just defense, it's strategic offense disguised as movement.
He ain't got to run from Teo. Nah, he can stand right in front of Teo. He could, yeah, and see all them shots coming. For sure. You already know the punch selection that he gonna use. The punch selection gonna be he gonna try to use his jab at a rapid pace. Of course. He gonna try to out jab Shakur. Of course. Flicking it out there, flicking his jab out there, man. Trying to get some sort of response. Or flicking it out there, trying to just close the gap on Shakur. And he gonna throw the right hand downstairs. Yeah. That's what he gonna do. He gonna be looking for that right hand, then he gonna try to sneak him up top. Yeah, it's plain and simple. Sneak him up top. That's it. But if Shakur can stand his ground, if Shakur can evade and get right back in his space, right back in his face, man, evade and get right back in his face, right? When he's not set or ready to punch, when them feet are spread apart, Shakur can walk to him. Shakur can walk to him.
Lopez, however, is focused on landing that signature knockout. He openly trains to put Stevenson to sleep, aiming to remind fans he's a finisher, not just a technical boxer. Every shot is designed to break the rhythm and seize the spotlight.
I would consider you, out of you and Shakur, I would consider you the more explosive, possibly the more speed concerning like getting to the target quicker. But I haven't seen you really get the type of knockouts that made the fans appeal to the whole package and the whole system of you. Are you training?
You mean at 140 pounds compared to 135? Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
in comparison.
Yeah.
Are you training for a knockout? Are you training to do something to not just beat Shakur, but to beat him in grand fashion? And when I say grand fashion, I mean going for the knockout.
Well, I think that the whole thing is the Bible of boxing really is that if you look for the knockout, you won't get it. I think really it's just all about setting the good pace early in the beginning rounds and then going from there, setting that tone. I think that I don't see him going those 12 rounds. This is his first time moving up to 140. A lot of these guys could say a lot of things about me not knocking them out or whatnot, but they don't come and try to fight me after they feel this power. So it's for a reason. It carries. It does carry. I mean, I had a good showing with Arnold Barboza. He was number one, my mandatory, and he was too hesitant trying to commit to punches. So I think that it's just something that's going to be a rude awakening for Shakur.
Hey, Doug, you hear that? He said the Bible of boxing. What else is called the Bible of boxing? Ring Magazine. And he's a two-division Ring Magazine champ.
Great ambassador for those championship belts as well.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm very big on those things. You know, I claimed 2 weight divisions, 2 Ring Magazine belts in just at 25. You know, and I'm 28 now. I've been defending my belts now. I feel great. You know, and then most importantly, you know, this will be my 4th title defense with the Ring and the WBO junior welterweight world division.
Shakur has his own plan: exploit Lopez's weaknesses. His strategy isn't just about movement. It's about calculated confidence, reading mistakes, and turning defense into sudden, fight-altering offense.
I'm like locked in and I'm focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. Nothing else matters around me. That 4-weight world champion, it means everything to me. That's me separating myself. A lot of these guys that they claim is the guys nowadays, none of them can say that they are a 4-weight world champion. He got a lot of weaknesses though. He's a very good fighter, but I do see a lot of weaknesses. He's not gonna correct them overnight. It's gonna be the same Teo that we done seen 1,000 times before. He's gonna come out there trying to perform highly, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. But as far as the weaknesses, I'm gonna keep them to myself.
Lopez fires back with bold words, calling Stevenson overrated and vowing to break through the famed Philly shell. His goal? Force Stevenson into uncomfortable exchanges, make the fight ugly, intense, and explosive. A true test of nerve.
Stablemates, me and Shakur, top rank. He talks about this and that and about, I was jealous of him. No, I'm not. You were a 2016 USA silver medalist. You're gonna get your signing bonus and all that extra stuff. Thing was, they were trying to secure him in a different route because they had put a lot of money in him. Me, I think I was just supposed to be an opponent.
He even claims Stevenson is hesitant to take shots, setting up a storyline where Lopez aims to draw him into a more aggressive battle. It's pressure versus precision, a classic style clash that could decide once and for all whether movement or power rules the ring.
It's limitless though, you know, so then again, it's like I could always succeed to another level with it, you know, and exceed to it. So it's really just trying to just keep it going. You know, keep moving forward throughout the whole time and throughout the whole process, and mainly just have fun with it. You know, you gotta have fun with what you do. You know, I love this. You know, I haven't stopped doing what I've done because of the fact that I enjoy what I do. You know, this has been 20 years in the making, 20 years in this. You know, and I have so much to do and so much to prove within myself. So mentally, I'm prepared. Physically, I'm more than ready. You know, and emotionally, oh, I'm on fire, you know, I'm on fire with it, you know, because all I ever did was try to be great, you know, and it's no longer trying, I am great. And it's all about just continuing and holding that. So it's all about just staying humble throughout the process, keeping myself level-headed, and really just enjoying each day that we get because tomorrow's never promised.
Stevenson's left hook and Philly shell defense are central to his strategy. The Philly shell lets him absorb or deflect shots without panicking while staying in striking range for counterattacks. When Lopez overcommits, Shakur's left hook punishes mistakes, amplified by feints, footwork, and timing. Every defensive move sets up offensive opportunities, letting him dictate pace and distance while turning defense into fight-changing offense.
Yeah, Shakur going to that damn Mayweather defense, Philly shell, that left hook is coming. He gonna be looking for that mug all night long. That left hook, left hook, left hook. But just keep Teofimo off balance. That's all he gotta do is keep him off balance, man. Throwing them feints, fighting him off that jab, bro, it's gonna break his rhythm up, boy. He gonna struggle. He gonna have a hard time. But, you know, Kambosos didn't rush in at him. Kambosos stayed underneath himself, stayed right there in front of him. That was it. Held his ground. That was it. Anytime Lopez would do something, Kambosos come right back with counters. Yeah, but he stayed close enough to get Lopez to react. And a lot of times Lopez fought angry that fight, so he left himself wide the hell open.
Ryan Garcia says he'd bet on Stevenson, but admits Teofimo could shock the world. If Lopez adapts and unleashes pressure plus power, he could topple the favorite. Garcia's insight reflects the respect both fighters command, acknowledging Stevenson's IQ and Lopez's knockout threat.
Be surprised if Teofimo surprises us all, for sure. I think I'm underestimating Teofimo a little bit, but I don't think he can make the necessary adjustments to his own style to combat what Shakur does best. But he could definitely prove me wrong, for sure. And I won't be surprised.
Okay. I guess obviously if you win this fight, you're going straight to the Haney rematch, right?
And there's a bunch of options on the door. You got Conor Ben. I know they made that as a mandatory, so we could explore that option. There's so many different options, but we're ready for it.
Lamont Roach Jr., however, doesn't see an upset. He predicts Stevenson's high boxing IQ and slick style will frustrate Lopez, neutralize his power, and secure a tactical victory. In Roach's eyes, Stevenson's movement and ring control are too precise to be overcome by brute force alone.
You think wins that fight between him and Teofimo Lopez if they fight?
I think Shakur wins. And I don't think it's going to be like a super tough fight either. His IQ will frustrate him.
Don't you think Teo has also good ring IQ and also is slick, fast?
I think
explosive?
so, but when you look at Teo's performances against guys that are just pure boxers, it's just like he almost lost to Sandor Martin. Some people thought he lost to Sandor Martin.
He did beat Loma, who's arguably at the time considered one of the best in the world.
He did, and that was a hell of a performance too. So yeah, I mean, I think he's hit or miss. You got to think he got stuff. He a little cuckoo too. Like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while. Look at the Kambosos fight. Like that's a fight that people would never expect Kambosos to win, and he won a grueling match against him as well. So I just, I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like, cause it's going to be just a skill match. I don't think he's going to try to rough Shakur up, and it's probably not.
Shakur's fight plan is all about control, patience, and mental dominance. He aims to slow the pace, dictate distance, and frustrate Lopez. Every clean shot, every avoided punch, and every feint builds psychological pressure, forcing Lopez into mistakes. Once Stevenson gains the mental edge, his precision and timing take over, letting him control the fight from start to finish.
Demolishment. You're gonna demolish. The guy's way too slow, Shakur's too sharp, too fast, too strong.
Stevenson's strategy is meticulous. Disrupt Lopez's rhythm, frustrate him mentally, and capitalize on overreaches. Sharp footwork, crisp counters, and constant feints aim to turn Lopez's pressure into mistakes, securing clear, calculated rounds. Every misstep by Lopez becomes an opening for Stevenson's mastery.
You're specifically working on for this camp compared to the other camps you've done?
I think right now we're just trying to stay mentally sharp. I don't want to go in there and try to make it a firefight. I just want to like box him and pick his brain and beat him up, make him want to quit. Mentally break somebody down, it's like I'm hitting you and you can't get anything back. That's like frustrating for certain people. After a while, people start to like quit.
As fight night nears, analysts remain split, but the story is clear. Style clash versus raw power. Stevenson is the betting favorite, expected to outbox Lopez with distance, timing, and IQ. Lopez, meanwhile, wants to land the knockout that proves he's still elite. The fight may ultimately come down to whether Lopez's aggression can overcome Stevenson's precision, or if Stevenson's ring IQ will reign supreme.
I know that Shakur is very passionate about the sport. He's a kid that has always wanted to be considered the best in the sport. From the amateurs, till now, he wants to be pound for pound top dog. He wants to be on Mount Rushmore, so on and so forth. Teofimo, I feel that he's had that passion, right? But he's had lapses to at times where he thought about even quote unquote retired and said he was done with this game. Now, I don't know if that helps you because it creates this chip on your shoulder as a fighter to keep continuing to prove the world wrong that you are one of the best, or if it psychologically affects you against a guy like Shakur.
When you go against a guy like Shakur reminds me of Bud Crawford. You can't have those lapses. You can't have that kind of mindset. And I think, Teo's been very vocal about the things that he struggled with. And, he was going through a divorce and all of these things were making it really, really hard for him to focus on his first love. But that's the thing. recently he said he came back to his first love. He remembers that this is what got him everything he has. And he's back in love with boxing, and that's what we've been wanting to hear. And when we see a Teo like that, he's sharp against Josh Taylor. When we see a Teo like that, he's sharp against Lomachenko, and also willing to fight all these guys. Now think about this. I know we call big, heavy punches the boogeyman, but usually the boogeyman is the guy that's hard to beat. And Shakur, nobody really wanted to fight him. And once again, Teofimo Lopez is fighting a danger.
What's your take? Will Shakur dominate with strategy and movement, or can Teofimo's power steal the night? The answers will unfold inside the ring, where every second matters and every punch tells a story.